Rian worked the night shift in the Deep Asteroid Research Facility, a place where silence felt heavier than metal walls. Every night was the same. He checked the control panels, cleaned the scanners, and made sure all cryotanks were stable. Nothing ever changed here. Nothing ever moved. That was why the soft crack behind him felt like the loudest sound he had ever heard. Rian froze. He slowly turned around. One of the cryotanks, Tank 47, was covered in a thin blue fog. Cold air spilled down the glass. A small glowing line ran across the tank's surface, like something inside was pushing against it. Rian stepped closer. Trying to understand, his scanner showed no alert. The system said the tank was locked, no errors, no activity, no thawing process, but the glowing line spread wider. Then another crack formed. His heart started beating faster. Inside the tank, he saw the outline of a woman. Her body floated in thick blue liquid, her long hair drifting around her like dark smoke. She looked alive. Too alive. Suddenly, her silver eyes opened. Rian stumbled back. She was watching him, awake, alert, aware. This was not normal. Cryo sleep did not fail like this. It did not wake someone up slowly. It did not wake someone up on its own. The glass cracked again. Rian hit the emergency button, but nothing happened. No alarms, no lockdown, nothing. It was like the system refused to believe the tank was breaking. A long crack shot across the glass. Blue liquid dripped from the sides. The metal floor hissed where the drops landed, burning tiny black holes. Rian's breath caught in his throat. The tank burst open with a sharp sound, and the woman fell forward, landing on her hands and knees. The glowing liquid poured off her skin in long streams, each drop making a burning hole in the metal floor. She looked fragile, but her movements were strong, controlled. She slowly lifted her head and stared directly at Rian. Then she spoke, her voice calm and strange. "If I drip on you, it's your fault." Rian did not understand. Her words made no sense, but her tone was serious, like a warning she had given many times before. She stood up slowly. Her skin was pale with glowing blue veins running across her arms. Her long dark hair was wet and stuck to her shoulders. The liquid continued to drip, sizzle, and burn the floor. "Stay back," Rian whispered, but she did not step forward. She only watched him, studying him like he was the one who had escaped a tank. Then the lights flickered. Rian looked around, confused. The facility power never failed, not even once in the last 3 years. But now the screens glowed red. A warning blinked on the main control panel. "Unauthorized release system breach level UNK and audible." Rian's stomach tightened. This was impossible. This was wrong. The woman tilted her head slightly, listening to something Rian could not hear. Her glowing veins pulsed brighter. She said softly, "This place is no longer safe." Rian tried to control his shaking voice. Did you break the tank?" She almost smiled. "No." "If she didn't break it, then what did?" Suddenly, the ground shook. A heavy vibration moved through the entire facility. Some tanks rattled. Others flashed red warnings. The woman stepped away from the exploding tank remains. "You must move. Now, if you stay here, you will die." Rian stared at her. "Why? What's happening?" She glanced down at her dripping hands. "My body drips when danger is near. And right now, it will not stop." More blue drops fell. More holes burned through the metal. Danger. Something near. Something powerful enough to make a genetically engineered alien woman afraid. Rian's throat felt dry. What kind of danger?" She did not answer. She simply extended her hand not to touch him, but to point toward the hallway. "Follow me," she said. "If you want to live." Rian hesitated. He didn't know her, didn't trust her, didn't even understand her. But the burning metal around her feet and the shaking floor made his choice for him. She began walking toward the dark hallway. She moved slowly but with purpose, like she knew exactly where safety was. Rian looked once more at the broken tank. The melted metal. The red warning lights. Then he followed her dot as the door closed behind them. The facility shook again, this time harder. And Rian realized something terrifying. The tank had not failed. It had been opened. Something else inside the facility wanted her out. Or worse, it wanted her free. So it could find her. Rian followed the alien woman through the long, dim hallway, but every step felt like he was walking deeper into a nightmare. He did not understand. The lights above blinked weakly, as if the entire facility was struggling to stay alive. The woman's glowing blue veins pulsed softly as she walked, and every few seconds, a drop of the strange liquid fell from her fingertips. To the floor. His SSSS. The metal burned each time. Rian kept a safe distance. He didn't want that stuff touching him. But he also knew he could not stay behind. The alarms, the shaking floor, the unknown danger, everything pointed to one truth. Whatever woke her up was still somewhere inside. Do you even know where you're going? Rian asked, trying to hide the fear in his voice. Yes, she answered simply. She didn't look back. She didn't explain. Rian wished she would speak more. Humans needed reasons. Humans needed answers. But she walked like someone who had none left to give. As they moved deeper into the corridor, Rian noticed something strange. The facility doors they passed had burn marks, long, claw-like scratches melted into them. One door was bent outward, like something inside had forced its way out. Another door was hanging from just one hinge. Was that your tank too? Rian whispered. No, she said. This one belonged to it. Rian stopped walking. His skin went cold. It? He? Repeated. The woman finally turned her head. Her silver eyes glowed faintly in the dark. The other one. The one made from the same project. The one that woke up before I did. Rian felt a chill crawl up his back. He remembered reading short reports about a secondary specimen. But everything was confidential. Even engineers like him never learned the details. What was it created for? He asked. She paused for a moment. Then she said quietly, destruction. The word echoed through the hallway like a whisper of death. Before Rian could reply, the facility shook again, harder this time. Dust fell from the ceiling. Lights flickered until they turned completely red. The woman closed her eyes for a brief moment. It has entered stage 2. Rian had no idea what stage 2 meant, but from her expression, he knew it wasn't good. Explain, he urged. She opened her eyes again. In stage 1, it learns. In stage 2, it hunts. Rian felt his heartbeat slam against his ribs. Hunts what? She didn't even hesitate. Me. Rian had no breath left to ask why. The answer did not matter. Hunting her meant hunting anything near her, including him. A sudden echo broke through the hallway like metal being crushed under enormous force. The woman stopped walking. Her glowing veins brightened. Drops of blue acid began falling faster from her hands. Rian stopped too. Why are you dripping more? It is getting closer, she whispered. The words hit Rian harder than the shaking floor. This was not random. Dripping. This was her body reacting like a warning system. Fear, danger, pressure, all of it made her body release more acid. So your drip is like a signal? He asked. Double quotes, yes. My body reacts when my instincts feel danger. And right now, danger is very close. Another loud crash echoed down the hallway, and this time the metal floor vibrated beneath their feet. The woman moved faster, motioning for him to follow. We must reach the old maintenance tunnels, she said. It cannot fit inside them. Rian almost laughed from fear. It is that big? Not big, she corrected, but wide and fast. The worst possible combination. They reached the end of the hallway, where a huge metal blast door was closed. Rian ran to the control panel and typed in his override code, but the screen flashed red. Access denied. System locked. Manual mode. Rian cursed under his breath. The system is frozen. Something is controlling it. She said softly. She stepped forward and placed her glowing hand on the control panel. The metal hissed and melted around her fingers. Sparks jumped from the wires. The door slowly began to slide open with a heavy groan. But halfway through, something slammed against the far end of the hallway. Rian turned around. A shadow, large, moving fast. His entire body froze. The woman grabbed his arm, careful not to drip on him, and pushed him through the half-open door. "Run," she said. "Do not look back." Rian didn't argue. He sprinted into the narrow tunnel as the door continued its slow movement. He heard another crash behind him. The woman stepped through the door, but before she could fully enter the tunnel, something hit the door from the other side, so hard that the metal dented inward. The woman's veins shined brighter. "It has found us." Rian stared at her, breathing fast. "What do we do?" She looked straight into his eyes, calm and steady despite the danger closing in. "We survive," she said. "But I must warn you, if I drip more, you must run faster." And behind them, the door groaned, again crushed by something neither of them could fully see yet. The door behind them shuddered again, bending inward like soft clay under a massive force. Rian stared at the metal warping into unnatural shapes. Whatever was hitting, it was not using claws or tools, it was using pure strength. Strength, no. Human machine could copy. The alien woman placed one hand on the tunnel wall to steady herself. Her veins glowed brighter than before, and more drops of blue acid fell from her palms, burning deep holes into the floor. Rian swallowed hard. "Your drip. It's getting worse." She did not look at him. She only listened. "The danger is learning," she said softly. "It is studying the door. It will soon understand how to break it." Rian felt the air leave his lungs. Something. Learning at that speed. Something strong enough to crush metal doors. Something hunting them. He wanted to run, but the woman held up her hand. "Wait." The tunnel fell silent. Completely silent. The kind of silence that hurt the ears. Because even the machines had stopped humming. Even the lights stopped buzzing. The facility had gone dead. Rian blinked. "Why is it so quiet?" "Because it is listening too," she whispered. He felt a chill crawl slowly up his spine. The woman began walking slowly down the narrow tunnel, one careful step at a time. Her movements were smooth but tense, like someone walking through a sleeping predator's den. Rian followed her but kept his distance. Every few steps, she left small acid burns behind them, glowing reminders of her fear. The tunnel eventually opened into a wider hallway, a maintenance section that had not been used for years. Dust covered the floor. Old tools and broken consoles lay scattered around. The lights here were dim and flickering, but something felt wrong. Very wrong. The dust was disturbed. The footprints were fresh, not human footprints. Rian crouched and inspected them. They were deep, heavy, and wide. The shape wasn't clear, almost like something kept changing the way it walked. "Is this what we're running from?" he whispered. The woman didn't answer. She slowly approached the far wall, where deep, melted marks ran across the metal marks that looked like something had pressed its burning hot body against it. Rian's heart jumped. "These are scorch marks." "No," she corrected softly. "These are friction burns." It dragged itself along this wall to test its movement. "It is evolving." Rian felt dizzy. "Evolving? How fast?" She turned toward him, her glowing eyes serious. "Faster than anything you can imagine." Suddenly, all lights went out. Pitch black, total darkness. Rian couldn't see his hand in front of his face. Panic hit him like a wave. "Where are you?" he whispered loudly. A soft glow appeared, not far away. The faint blue light came from the woman's veins. She was standing completely still, not moving, not breathing loudly. "Do not make a sound," she whispered. Not even a small one. Rian froze. He wanted to breathe, but even that felt dangerous. A sound echoed from behind them, soft at first, then louder. Tap, tap, tap. It wasn't footsteps. It sounded more like something dripping. Something thick. The woman's body reacted instantly. Her veins brightened, and her dripping sped up. Blue acid hit the floor faster, sizzling like 100 tiny flames. Rian whispered, terrified, "Why are you dripping more?" "It is sensing us," she said. "My body warns me when its presence is close, very close." The dripping sound behind them grew louder. Tap, tap, tap. Not from her. From it, the woman pointed to the right side of the hallway, where there was a small service duct barely big enough for a human to crawl through. "Get inside," she whispered. "No, we both, now." Her voice had no room for argument. Rian crawled into the duct, trying to ignore the tight space and sharp metal edges. The woman crouched beside the entrance but did not enter. "What are you doing?" Rian whispered loudly. "I must stand here." She said, "It will choose the stronger target first." "That target is me." A cold shock hit Rian's chest. She was using herself as bait. Suddenly, a shape moved in the darkness at the far end of the hallway. Rian couldn't see it fully, only a faint outline, tall and shifting, like its body could change shape. Then he saw two glowing eyes, not blue like hers, not human. Deep red, hungry. The creature stepped forward. The hallway lights flickered for a second, long enough for Rian to see it clearly. It was tall. Too tall. Its limbs were long and sharp. Its skin shimmered like liquid metal, constantly changing, shifting shape as if it couldn't decide what form to take. The woman whispered, "It has entered stage 3. Rian didn't know what stage 3 was, but the fear in her voice told him everything he needed to know. Stage 3 meant death for anyone it saw. And those red eyes were staring right at her. The creature's red eyes glowed like burning coals in the dark hallway. Rian's breath froze in his chest. Every instinct in his body told him to run, but the service duct he hid in was too small to move quickly. He could only watch. The alien woman did not step back. She did not tremble. But her glowing veins pulsed brighter, and the acid dripped faster from her hands, each drop burning deeper into the metal. The creature took one slow step forward, its limbs folding and unfolding like liquid metal, trying to shape itself into something terrifying. Its body shimmered, twisting between forms, half human, half beast, half something Rian had no words for. The woman whispered, "It remembers me." Rian felt a chill. "Remembers you? How?" "It learned from me," she said. "We were made together." The creature let out a deep, vibrating sound, half growl, half static, like it was speaking in a language not meant for humans. The sound rattled the entire hallway. The woman stepped back slightly, not out of fear, but out of strategy. She needed space. She knew it. It knew it. Rian whispered through the duct opening, "What do you mean, made together? What are you?" The woman kept her eyes fixed on the creature. "We were created in the same experiment, same tank group, same project. 2 designs, 2 purposes." The creature dropped to all fours, its body shifting, ready to sprint. "What purpose?" Rian asked, voice shaking. She didn't turn around. She didn't blink. "He was made to destroy," she said. "And I was made to protect." The words felt heavy, too heavy for a human heart to hold. The creature lunged forward. The woman reacted instantly, jumping sideways with incredible speed. The creature crashed into the wall where she had stood, crushing metal like paper. Sparks flew. The whole tunnel shook. Rian's heart hammered in his chest. The woman slid across the floor, acid dripping behind her in long burning lines. The creature quickly twisted its shape and turned toward her again. It moved wrong, too smooth, Too fast, like it didn't obey normal rules of motion. Why is it hunting you? Rian whispered. She answered while dodging another strike. Because I am incomplete. The creature hissed, its skin shimmering brighter. Rian frowned. Incomplete? Yes, she said. My design was not finished. I was meant to grow stronger with time, but I woke too early. I am not at full strength. She dodged again. But this time the creature's arm scraped her shoulder. Blue acid exploded outward, burning a hole in the floor. She staggered. Rian's chest tightened. Are you okay? Her voice was steady. I can still fight. But not forever. The creature roared, its body splitting into multiple sharp tendrils that whipped forward. They struck the walls, melting them instantly with heat. Rian realized the creature learned from everything it touched. Every second it grew smarter. Every second she grew weaker. We must go, she said suddenly. Rian stared at her. Go where? It's blocking the hallway. The woman's eyes flicked to the ceiling. Up. Before Rian could ask what she meant, she jumped, catching a hanging support beam above. The creature looked up too late. The woman swung her legs, kicking a loose vent cover open. She grabbed the edge and pulled herself inside. Rian! She called. He scrambled out of the duct and reached for the vent. The creature lunged forward, claws stretching toward Rian's legs. The woman reached down, grabbed Rian's wrist, and pulled him up with surprising strength. The creature's claws missed by inches. Rian tumbled into the vent beside her. Breathing hard, the woman did not rest. She started crawling forward fast, her glowing veins lighting the narrow space. Rian followed, shaken. You said you're incomplete. What does that mean for us? The woman spoke without slowing. It means I cannot beat it alone. Not yet, Rian swallowed. Then what do we do? She stopped and looked back at him. Her eyes were soft for the first time, as if she felt sorry for him. We find the chamber, she said. The one where they created us. Rian blinked. Why? Because my final sequence is still stored there. The part of me that gives me full strength. She paused. If I reach it, I can evolve. He felt hope rising. Then let's go. But she shook her head. It knows, she said quietly. It remembers the chamber too, and it will try to reach it first. Rian felt a cold fear wash over him. So this is a race. She nodded. A race for survival. A loud crash echoed behind them, the creature smashing its way into the vents. Rian's eyes widened. It's coming. The woman turned, her voice steady. Then crawl fast, human. Crawl like your life depends on it, because it did. The vents trembled behind them, metal bending with loud, unnatural groans. Something heavy and fast was crawling after them, something that could twist its body to fit any space. Rian felt cold sweat on his face. He crawled as quickly as he could, but the narrow vents slowed him down. The alien woman moved effortlessly ahead of him. Even in tight space, her body flowed like water. Her glowing veins lit the dark tunnel and guided him forward. But her drip was getting worse. Blue acid dripped every few seconds, sizzling against the metal floor. The more she dripped, the more Rian understood what it meant. The creature was getting closer. A loud clang came from behind, something smashing through the first vent wall. Dust exploded forward, filling the tunnel with floating particles. Rian coughed. Is it breaking through? The woman didn't stop. Yes, it is evolving again. It wants to match our speed. Rian pushed himself harder. Can't we outrun it? She glanced back at him. Not for long. Another crash shook the ducts. A long crack snaked across the metal behind them as the creature forced itself inside, its shifting limbs scraping against the walls. Red eyes glowed in the darkness. Rian's heart dropped. It's here. He shouted. The woman turned back toward him. Do not look at it. Keep moving. Rian forced his shaking arms to pull him forward. The vent opened into a vertical shaft. The woman dropped down first, landing softly. She looked up and signaled for him to jump. Rian hesitated. The shaft was deep and dark. How far is the fall? Safe, she said. For you. He didn't have time to question her. The metal behind him bulged outward. The creature was pushing its way through. Rian pushed himself forward and dropped. The fall took only a second before he felt strong hands catch him. She placed him on his feet, then turned her glowing eyes upward. Metal creaked above. The creature was entering the shaft. We must move now, she said. They ran through a long maintenance tunnel as the echo of crawling limbs followed close. Behind, the air felt thicker, heavier, filled with the scent of burning metal and something alive. Rian glanced at her hands. Your drip. It's much faster now. Yes, she said. It is near stage 4. Rian didn't want to ask what stage 4 meant, but he did anyway. What happens then? She paused only for a moment, but that moment was enough to terrify him. In stage 4, it no longer hunts for instinct, she said. It hunts with purpose. Rian swallowed. Purpose? What purpose? To destroy everything connected to its creation. Her voice softened. Including me. Rian felt a strange tightness in his chest. He didn't know why, but he didn't want her to die. She had saved him again and again. She didn't act like a weapon. She acted like someone who cared. The tunnel opened into a wider chamber filled with old machinery. Broken wires hung like vines. The air buzzed with fading electricity. This was part of the testing area, she said. We are getting close. Close. To what? To the chamber where I was made. Before Rian could speak, a sharp sound echoed metal cracking from above. The creature was overhead. It began tearing through the ceiling like paper. The woman grabbed Rian's arm and pulled him behind a large machine, just as pieces of metal fell to the ground. The creature dropped through the broken ceiling, landing with a sickening thud. Its form had changed again, taller, more angular, its limbs moving with terrifying grace. Rian held his breath. The creature's eyes scanned the room slowly. Its body shimmered, shifting as it processed new information. It sniffed the air, if that was even sniffing, and tilted its head. The woman closed her eyes. Her veins brightened. Her dripping turned into a steady stream. Rian leaned close. Are you afraid? She opened her eyes. Not afraid. My body reacts to protect you. Rian blinked. Protect me? But you don't even know me. She stared at him with a softness he hadn't seen before. I was created to protect humans. My body responds when you are in danger. Before Rian could reply, the creature snapped its head toward their hiding place. It had sensed them. Move, she said. They sprinted across the chamber as the creature shot forward, its limbs stretching unnaturally. The woman grabbed a loose power cable and whipped it across the floor. The spark exploded, forcing the creature to dodge. For a moment, only a moment, they gained distance. Where is the chamber? Rian shouted. She pointed to a small door at the far end. Behind that wall. Something slammed into the ground. Behind them. The creature was already catching up. Rian pushed himself harder. His legs burned. His chest ached. The woman reached the door first, touching the sealed panel. It recognized her jeans and slid open instantly. Inside, she ordered. Rian jumped in. She followed, then the door slammed shut behind them, but not fast enough. A single red claw punched through the metal, stopping inches from Rian's face. The woman yanked him away and pushed him behind her. Her glowing veins blazed bright blue. She whispered, It begins now. Either I evolve, or we die. Asterisk. The chamber was dark and tight, lit only by the alien woman's glowing veins. The air buzzed with electricity and fear. Rian's heart pounded in his chest, each beat louder than the last. Every instinct screamed at him. Run, hide, escape. But there was nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The creature was here. It had followed them. Its red eyes glowed in the darkness, moving independently of its body as if it could see every angle at once. Its limbs twisted and shifted, metal scraping against metal as it tried to squeeze through the narrow entrance. Each movement left deep scars on the chamber walls. The alien woman stepped in front of Rian, her glowing blue veins blazing brighter than ever. Drops of acid dripped faster from her hands, sizzling violently as they hit the metal floor. Each drip was a warning, a signal, a weapon. Rian could see the heat rising from the holes in the floor. It was alive, burning, alive because of her. "You cannot fight it alone," she whispered to him. "Stay behind me." Rian nodded, too afraid to speak. His eyes followed the creature as it entered the chamber fully. It was larger than he imagined. Its body shimmered, constantly reshaping itself. One moment it looked like a giant spider, the next like a human figure distorted beyond recognition. Its red eyes were fixed on her. The alien woman moved forward, and the creature lunged. It was faster than Rian's eyes could follow. The woman dodged, swinging her arm, leaving a trail of acid that seared the floor. Sparks erupted where the acid met metal, lighting the dark chamber in brief flashes. The creature roared, a sound that shook Rian's ribs. It twisted its body into a whip-like shape and lashed at her. She moved in fluid motions, twisting, rolling, landing on her feet. Her veins glowed brighter with every movement. Every drip burned a deeper hole in the metal floor, sending smoke curling into the air. Rian felt a pang of fear he had never known. The alien woman was fighting not for herself, but for him. She was keeping the creature away from him, protecting a human she barely knew. Suddenly, the creature struck her shoulder with one of its elongated limbs. The blue liquid on her skin hissed violently, and smoke rose in thick clouds. She staggered, but did not fall. Her eyes locked onto the creature. Her voice was steady, almost calm. "You will not touch him." The creature recoiled slightly, as if sensing the threat in her words. Then it lunged again, faster this time, striking multiple times. The woman moved with grace and precision, each movement calculated, each drip of acid perfectly timed. She guided the creature away from Rian, forcing it to follow her. Rian's stomach twisted. He wanted to help, but he knew he couldn't. His hands shook as he watched her dodge blow after blow. Blue veins glowing brighter, acid dripping faster, burning everything around her. The woman's body began to glow even more intensely. Her acid drip became almost a stream, sizzling hot enough to melt through the floor and scorch the walls. She was tiring, but she refused to give up. Her eyes held determination. Every breath, every step, every drop of acid was for one purpose: to keep Rian alive. The creature lunged for her again, faster than before. She rolled to the side, leaving a burning trail behind. Rian stumbled but caught himself. The smell of scorched metal and acid filled the chamber, making it hard to breathe. He glanced at her glowing body and whispered, almost to himself, "Why are you doing this for me?" The woman glanced back for a split second. "Because someone had to protect you. My purpose is to protect humans." The creature paused, tilting its head. It had sensed something different in her, something it could not understand, but it didn't stop. It lunged again, more violently than before. The alien woman focused. Her glowing veins shone like a beacon. She concentrated her strength, each acid drip hitting the floor like a hammer. Sparks flew. The creature recoiled from the acid, but it was relentless. Finally, she leapt forward with incredible force, striking the creature's side. The acid sizzled against its metallic-like skin, burning into it. The creature shrieked, its shape twisting. Violently, it tried to counterattack, but she was faster. Faster than anything it had seen. Rian watched, breathless. The chamber shook as the two clashed. Sparks flew, metal bent. Smoke and acid filled the air. The alien woman's eyes glowed with determination and something else, a fierce, protective love. Then, with one final motion, she guided the creature toward the corner of the chamber, where the floor had melted into a deep pit of acid. The creature hesitated for a moment. Her glowing blue eyes met his red ones, and she whispered, "This ends." Now, the creature lunged one last time and fell into the burning pit. Silenced. The smoke curled upward. The chamber trembled, then settled. The alien woman stood there, breathing heavily, dripping acid all around. She turned to Rian, her eyes softening. "Are you alive?" she asked. Rian nodded, speechless, still shaking. You saved me." She let a faint smile cross her lips. "Yes, but it is not over. There is still one last thing I must do." Rian's heart sank. He didn't know what she meant. But he knew one thing for sure. She was willing to sacrifice everything to keep him alive. The chamber was silent now, save for the faint hiss of cooling metal and the soft drip of remaining acid. The creature was gone, melted into the pit below, but the alien woman did not look relieved. Her glowing veins pulsed, faintly slower than before, as if her strength was leaving her. Each drip burned deeper, sizzling into the floor, leaving glowing scars in its wake. Rian watched her, fear and awe wrestling inside him. She had fought something far stronger than either of them, risking everything to protect him. But now she looked tired, very tired. He took a hesitant step toward her. "Are you going to be okay?" he asked quietly. Her silver eyes met his. There was a softness there, a human-like warmth he hadn't expected. "I will survive, but only if I finish what I came here to do," she said. Her voice was calm, but Rian could hear the weight behind her words. "Finish what?" he asked, stepping closer. "We can leave, we can get help." She shook her head. "No, my final sequence, my full strength, is stored in the creation chamber. If I reach it, I can complete my evolution. Only then can I truly protect humans, including you." Rian swallowed hard. "Then we go together, I'll help." Her lips curled into a faint, sad smile. "You must stay behind. My body is dangerous now. If you stay too close, the drip will hurt you. I will protect you from here." Rian's heart raced. He wanted to argue, to insist, but deep down he understood. Her strength was tied to her sacrifice. He could not survive alongside her, not in this chamber filled with burning acid and deadly energy. "Then, I trust you," he whispered. She nodded and turned toward the narrow corridor leading deeper into the facility. Her glowing veins pulsed brighter as she moved forward. Rian followed for only a few steps before she stopped. She reached back one hand, brushing his cheek softly. "Remember this," she said. "Every drop I drip, it is because I am keeping you safe. Every choice I make, it is for humanity." Rian's throat tightened. "I'll never forget." The corridor led to the creation chamber, the place where she had been made. It was a large, cylindrical room filled with strange machinery, suspended energy lines, and the faint hum of forgotten power. In the center was the glowing core, a pool of liquid energy that shimmered with every color of the spectrum. Her full sequence was stored there, waiting. She approached it slowly. Her body dripped blue acid faster with every step. Rian watched, powerless, as the liquid hissed against the floor and walls. It was beautiful and deadly. "This is it," she whispered. Her hand hovered over the core. "Once I merge with it, I will complete my evolution. I will gain the strength I need. But the process is unstable. I might not survive." Rian's eyes widened. "You don't have to do it." She looked at him calmly. "I do. There is no other way. My purpose, my reason, it has always been to protect humans. And today, I fulfill it." She pressed her hand into the core. Energy surged, bright and overwhelming. The room shook violently. Sparks flew, metal groaned, and the acid drip intensified, burning glowing lines into the floor. Rian was thrown backward by the shockwave. He struggled to get up, staring at her. Through the haze, the alien woman's body began to glow brighter than ever, her veins like rivers of light. Her eyes met his one last time. "If I drip on you again, let it be because I saved you." Then she disappeared into the energy core. The room erupted in a blinding flash of blue light, followed by silence. When Rian opened his eyes, the core was empty. The acid had stopped dripping. The chamber was quiet. The alien woman was gone, or perhaps she had become something else. He could not tell. All he knew was that she had completed her purpose. Rian sank to the floor, exhausted, trembling. He thought of the journey, the chase, the battles, the creature, the acid, her bravery. She had risked everything. She had faced unimaginable danger. And she had chosen to save him. And perhaps all humans. A faint blue glow lingered in the chamber. Rian felt a strange warmth in his chest. Maybe she was still watching, somewhere, waiting to protect again if needed. He rose slowly, brushing the dust and sweat from his clothes. The facility was still unstable, but the immediate danger had passed. The creature was gone, the halls silent. He stepped toward the exit, his mind full of questions. But one thought remained clear. She had given everything for him, and in that sacrifice, Rian realized something profound. Humans were not the strongest beings in the universe. But sometimes, courage, purpose, and selfless action could create heroes even among aliens. Rian paused at the door, looking back at the chamber one last time. A faint shimmer danced in the corner of his vision, and he smiled faintly. "Thank you," he whispered. The alien woman, or whatever she had become, had fulfilled her purpose, and humanity would not forget.